Hey, Billy Glisan with Powercore 360, and in this video today, we're going to talk about how using the ground effectively will improve your vertical jump. So utilizing the ground effectively is really important for blockers and hitters. And this is deeply rooted in some physics. So you ready for some science? Let's get into it. So Newton's third law, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. We're talking about jumping, and we're talking about specifically when you go to block jump or attack jump for your hitting, your feet pushing into the ground. So here's the deal. Here's the application of Newton's third law. When you push your feet into the ground, there's an equal and opposite reaction of the ground pushing back up into your feet, your legs, and your body to help you jump higher, right? Here's the key. The harder and faster you push into the ground, the higher and faster your body's going to get pushed back by the ground. You're going to jump higher, you're going to jump faster. All right, this concept can be broken down into a few aspects. Let's first talk about force application. To talk about force, we're really talking about strength. So you've got to do strength training. Strength training in the legs and core are really important. And we've talked about in the past the importance of doing both two-legged activities, two-legged strength training activities or drills, and single-legged. And once again, the bias for us is everybody's going to do two-legged. We want to create force, we want to push into the ground, but we also really want to focus on the small muscles, right? Pushing the feet into the ground, providing stability, because the faster we can push into the ground, the faster our ankle, knees, hips, and spine are going to stabilize. Higher and faster you're going to jump. All right, let's talk about speed of movement. Faster is speed of the movement, the higher, faster you're going to jump off the ground. Now, let me give you a practical example. Do this drill for me. Literally go do this. You'll learn so much so quickly about this. Go sit on a box, and sit on a box where your knees and hips are level with each other. And what I want you to do is just take your feet shoulder hip width apart, feet are on the ground, and I want you to stand up and sit down a couple times from that sitting position on a box or bench or a ball, whatever you've got, right? The first couple times you do it, you're just going to stand up, feel, be aware of what your body's doing. Now do this. The next time what I want you to do is, before you stand, I want you to pick up both feet about a half an inch to an inch off the ground. Hold them there. Don't lean back. Try to sit up. Engage your core and sit tall. What I want you to do before you stand is I want you to push your feet into the ground quickly and fast into the ground with some speed and some force pushing down into the ground, and stand up. What you're going to find out is as you do this, you'll be shocked how quickly your ankle, knees, hips, and spine will contract, the muscles will contract, how quickly those joints will get extended by the fast contraction of those muscles, right? So here's the deal. Once again, we're talking about the ground, pushing into the ground with strength, with force, and now with speed. If we just push our feet slowly into the ground, try that, you're not going to get the same effect. You're not going to come up off the box as quickly. Ankle, knees, and hips, those muscles that are going to straighten those joints aren't going to fire very quickly. Do it fast now. Once again, push your feet quickly down into the ground. See how quickly you come up. That converts to higher vert, faster vert. All right, let's talk about proper jumping technique. Efficient jumping technique, which is really a function of coordinated action of your ankle, knees, hips, and spine working together, once again, will help you push into the ground with force and with speed. And of course, the harder and quicker you push into the ground, ground's going to push back, higher, faster you're going to jump. So let's go through a quick review of what jumping mechanics really look like. So we're talking about from the side view here, basically what we have is we want our ankle, knees, and hips to bend. We want our hips and butt going back. We want our knees going forward. We want our chest getting down over our knees, right? We're also going to add the arms and shoulders to it, right? Our hands, arms, and shoulders. And so as we're bending down into our legs, our hands and arms are going up behind our body. And then the real key then is to reverse that, right? Go from this bent position of the lower body and movement of the arms and shoulders. We now want to, once again, what's our key? Force and speed down into the ground. So as we're down into this loaded position, we're going to drive our feet directly down hard with a lot of force into the ground. The body's response, ankle, knees, and hips, is they're going to start to straighten here. We're going to drive our hands, arms, and everything up and forward, up above the head. That's all happening in a very coordinated fashion. So make that happen. Your jumping technique will help you. You'll push into the ground harder. The result, higher, faster vertical jump. All right, let's talk about stability. In previous videos, we've talked about the importance of stability or control, and here we're talking about ankle, knees, hips, and spine once again, right? The faster those muscles can contract around the ankle, knees, hips, and spine, the more you're going to convert from your ground forces pushing down into the ground. Ground's going to push back equal and opposite vertically. And if you've got stability in your ankle, knees, hips, and spine, what's going to happen is all those forces are going to go nicely into your legs, up into your body to get you higher and faster off the ground. Work on your stability, not on two legs, or not just on two legs, but on single legs once again. All right, the final thing we're going to talk about is positioning of the feet. We know we've talked about in previous videos specifically about mechanics that we don't want the feet turned out. We want the feet turned in straight ahead, front and to back, and we want those feet either hip to shoulder width apart underneath our base. Our bias is, especially for volleyball blockers and jumpers, hitters, we want the feet more underneath the hips instead of the feet being underneath the shoulders. We feel like when you push into the ground's going to push back. It's more efficient, more effective, faster. Forces going into the ground, the results is you're going to come up higher and faster off the ground. So pay attention to where your feet are at in space. Even though in the weight room you may get out really wide when you're doing your squats, lunges, RDLs, that's great for lifting a lot of weight. We need this to be much more specific. We're going to narrow the position of the feet. The position of the feet is really important relative to the body. When we get up into the air, we're still talking about positioning. Now, it's not so much just about the feet, but it's having the head over the shoulders, shoulders over your spine, over your hips, over straight legs. Even though we may not be jumping up vertically straight, we might have a forward tilt. If you're a block jumper, you're not just jumping up straight. That would create a gap between your hands and the net. You're going to jump forwards and up, right? And so the body is actually still straight, but it's actually tilted from the ankles moving forwards, right? Positioning is super important. Pay attention to it. Hey, so if you're looking to find a new level in your vertical jump higher, jump faster, learn to use the ground efficiently and effectively. If you like this video, please like it down below. If you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you want more information about Powercore 360, our clinics, our camps, our equipment, our training, or anything else, go to powercore360.com.